For this week's Starting Line, I'm Sarah Allen. Expunging criminal records, or wiping a criminal record clean, involves a balancing act between what may be good for society versus what's best for the individual. Individuals with criminal records may have to deal with a negative stigma that hinders employment and housing opportunities. However, society has a vested interest in maintaining access to criminal backgrounds for purposes of future criminal investigations and in order to make informed decisions when hiring and renting. Representative Sandra Erickson, a Republican from Princeton, sponsors House File 1401. Under her bill, the school board or hiring authority would be required to request that the expunged record of a prospective teacher be unsealed and considered prior to hiring. She says it's a follow-up to a major expungement law that was enacted last year. Thank you, Representative Erickson, for talking to us about your bill. Can you explain what it would do?
Well, really, 1401 is a follow-up to a bill we had last year that was passed into law. The governor signed it. It was a major expungement bill. It was really focused on helping felons get back into society and others who had minor, I would say minor convictions probably. But I was never satisfied with the total bill. In fact, I think I voted against it because of the provision about teachers and the fact that I didn't think expungement of their records was a good idea, considering we sometimes have unusual situations that occur in the life of a teaching candidate or someone aspiring to be a teacher that I think needs to be revealed.
Now, your bill would just cover unsealing expunged criminal records for teachers. Why not for all of the staff at a school?
Well, the major bill that was enacted into law last year covered just professionals for the most part in the fields of health and education. So I wanted to limit it to teachers because that was the part that was in the bill, and so to enhance what I didn't think occurred in last year's bill, I brought forward this separate provision so that school boards, the Board of Teaching would be forced to unseal and allow school boards to know whether or not that teacher candidate had a criminal any kind of criminal background. You know, these are folks, these are men and women who will be with our children every day. And based on some of the occurrences in society, I want to ensure that every candidate who's coming for a job interview and potentially is hired is clear of any kind of criminal background that could harm our children or affect our children negatively.
Where do you see your bill going this biennium?
Well, it's not going to move this legislative session. It happens to be my personal bill, and my committee was filled with many, many issues this year that I needed to move forward in a short period of time. So I have put it off till next year, and we'll have it heard next year in the policy committee, and then it'll move to judiciary, and we'll see what happens. But I would hope that my committee and any other committee to which it proceeds will understand the importance of ensuring that there are no loopholes in expunging records when it comes to candidates for our teacher positions in our public schools and in our charter schools.
Coming up next week, Starting Line will feature a new bill and look to see if there's been any updates on Representative Erickson's bill or other bills we have highlighted. And remember, hundreds of bills get introduced every legislative session in Minnesota. All of them first have to cross the starting line.